and welcome to Rallying the Forge. I am Solimer, and we have a great episode for you today. We're going to start out with just touching up on a few things, and then we're going to dive into what's been going on in the game, in the community this past month, and what we have to look forward ahead of us. So first off, you can see my gold 4,700. It's been going up pretty good now that they've upped the amounts of gold you get from the daily quests. So complete those quests out. If you have old ones still from before the change, they'll still be the old amounts. So you can either drop them with the delete button or finish them out, get it, and then let it refresh for new ones. But you can earn a lot of gold doing that. It's much more advantageous for it. They did make it sound like it's going to be a limited time thing. They didn't say for how long or what the deal was, if there was something else that we should be saving it for. I don't really know. They didn't give any more details, so still looking for info on that. The other thing I want to touch on before we dive into anything is we talked about the new campaign on Base LP rewards. This is the Merkle site. I zoomed in so you guys could maybe see it a little bit, but you can see the rewards earned. This person at the top was in on it immediately as soon as it dropped, and they've put in a ton of money, substantial amount of their SFG and either the wrapped Ethereum or Ethereum itself, and I think they're both on Base. But what is it? It's Saturday right now, so it's been what, 5 days since this went live, maybe? Not even. And they've earned, looks like on average, $1,000 a day. That's how much they've put into it. It takes a ton so far, but you can see the earnings. It's a lot. Their daily rewards are 2.24K, so 2,000. I'm guessing that's $2,000, and then it's however much SFG that turns out to be, maybe. So there is this, and you can see the APR is huge, right? 477%. So there is a big return. So here's the Radium one, and this is on Solana. And you can see the APR on this one, 118%. So it's much less than the 477% here that you can earn by doing this on Merkle here. So this pulls up some information here. So 46.7K SFG, which is $33,000 roughly a week, is being given out on Radium, which Merkle's given out 2,000 a day. It's over 2,000, but we'll say 2,000, 14,000 a week. So it's giving out. So Radium's giving out like 2.5 times as much every week in rewards, but the pool is saturated with people, tons of people who have LP staked. So because of that, you want to look at the APR, and you can see it's much less here than it is here if you're looking to be rewarded for liquidity pool. So I just wanted to touch on those two things. There are opportunities out there for people no matter which chain you're on. I guess I'll go to this. Close those out. So this is more or less the calendar that I help keep updated. All of the Forge Guardians, I believe, have access. They can update their events, which I need to do on mine, actually, but that's not what I'm doing here right now. Just want to show all the events we put in. This is actually August. We want to go back to July. So there's been a lot of events going on. I've been trying to put them in the calendar for people so they show up in the Discord, and you can get alerted on them. We also have a clone basically of this that goes to the event server as well. So obviously we have the Bronze Crucible on Mondays. Wednesdays we have the Upside Down during the afternoon, and we have Wednesday Game Night in the evening. Those are all consistent, happening every week pretty much for the most part. And then Fridays we've had for a bit now, we've had Cards and Coffee in the early evening, and then the past 3 weeks we've had Tempest Guild Gaming has held a game night, and I don't know how that has been. I was there the first night, and it just seemed like casual playing at least. I was not able to make it the previous 2 times, so I assume they're gonna have something next Friday. Haven't got it on the calendar. I don't have their details yet, but we will post it up as soon as we know. Then Saturday's Sealed Showdown is back, and there will be one next weekend, which we'll get into a little bit about next weekend stuff. We had a pop-up Nathus Invitational event on the 5th, and we had the last week of Season 1, we had a bunch of random tournaments. I think we had 7 of them held by ML Vanby. He was busting those out for people, giving opportunities to try to complete some achievements. And then even today, we had early this morning, I guess it was. I haven't heard how it went. I was not up at that time, but Crimson Zeal Gaming Guild had a SolForge Fusion event. And then yesterday evening, OLA Guild Games had a SolForge Fusion July Showdown, and I participated in that. It was a starter deck only event, which I think is great for these guilds that are holding events to run with starter decks, because it's an even playing field for all players. And it's really a good time. It's the second starter deck event I've participated in. The first one was with Vexer, which, by the way, it went really well, and I had a really good time. And I happened to win that one, but they did not pay out their SFG rewards. So still kind of PO'd about that. It was a small amount. It's just the principle of it for me, and the reason why people have hard time trusting these crypto-based guilds and whatnot. But OLA Guild Games held their event last night, and they were giving out a ton in prizes. Let me pull up. This is the bracket. It's not going to convert it for me. Let me see if I can't refresh and get it to convert. I was doing this yesterday. It would work for me, but, well, we don't need to read all the description. I think I went over that at some point in one of my previous videos for it. There are rewards, though. First place got $300 in SFG, second $200, third $150, fourth $100, and the top 5 through 8 got $62.50 in SFG. That has not been paid out yet, but I'm sure it will. It was just yesterday. So this is their website, and this is what they used to run the event. It was not run through Stoneblade's event tool. This was single elimination, and this actually worked out really well. Kicking off, it was, there's no, they weren't in Discord. They were, but there's no chat, so you weren't having 100 people trying to talk. It was only 30 people, I think, participated, but good size anyhow. So you can see all the matchups and who won. Let me click on one, see if I can't. So you'd go here, right, and there's a submit result button at the time. You'd submit the match result, and then they would verify it and assign it, and then you advance in the bracket. And then if your opponent was already there, you could go ahead and start playing with your opponent and do that match. So that's what ended up happening for me. Is I got to the semifinals and was waiting for a minute. It wasn't too long. And then, of course, I got beat by Javier. And then it doesn't show it on here, but they did want to have a third, fourth place match, which is what I was going to participate in. But because of some connection issues somewhere early in the rounds here, this side of the bracket was really far behind. So like we were done with our match and this match was just starting down here. So it was quite a wait for Javier to get his final match in. He had to wait here, and then once I figured out who my opponent was going to be, I messaged them seeing if they wanted to split because it was getting kind of late. At that point, it kicked off at 6 p.m. my time, and this was like 9 o'clock, so 3 hours later to kick off this match. And I was just, to me, I didn't really care at that point about the winnings, the 150 or the 100. So I just said, do you want to split it? I feel like if we would have played, I had a leg up with my experience, so I probably would have won. But to me, it wasn't. I'd rather just get my time back at that point. So offered to split. They wanted to split. That's what we did. And while we were working out those details, this match went quite quick, and they finished it just as we were leaving. So congrats to Javier Zavi, who won. His deck was the Utera Aloyan starter decks. I was playing Aloyan Tempest, and he played a really good match against me. I have all the matches recorded. I haven't got them out yet. Tomorrow's video will have that. If you want to watch any of those matches, it's a lot of fun. These starter deck events, especially with new players, it's such a good experience. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, it helps when you're winning, but we had experienced players lose. So, like Jeff Marsh down here plays a lot. He got top 8, but lost there. We had Antofa, who lost in the first round. You had Benjamin Page, Mr. Page, lost there. So, you know, it's anyone's game. There were definitely, well, I can't say for me. I feel like I crushed my first 3 opponents. I had really good draws. Against Javier, he played really well, and I could not get rid of his stealth guy, and then it ended up being the end of me. So there was no hanging on for dear life and pulling that one out. But it was well played. So, but I just kind of want to spotlight this. This was a lot of fun. It's a little different. You did have to sign up on the website to register for the tournament, and you had to register in advance. But it was a lot of fun, and you know, we have they have on there, and I assume every guild has something different that they do, but in this case they have a chat here, and it pairs you in a chat with whomever you're paired with, and you can talk to them. And there's a mod or an admin who can pop in your chat and confirm things or whatever. But it was really good experience. Things went pretty smoothly, except for that long delay up here at the top 4, waiting for someone still just starting their match in the top 8. But like we said, there was some sort of connection issue in one of the matches, and I think they had to restart. So maybe not even their fault, right? But a great, fun experience. A lot of new players. I've never seen half these names, probably more than half. I haven't seen 90% of these names before. Some of them I have, but just really good. I did have 2 players. I had one player protest against me saying I wasn't playing starter decks, but I was. I streamed my matches. I recorded my matches, so that got sorted out pretty quickly. Another player did openly ask if I was playing starter decks. They're like, "This is a starter deck?" So, yeah, I'll have those matches up tomorrow. So that's the plan for those videos. But I just want to say this was a really fun event. Yeah, I hope they do more events. You know, I'm not necessarily a fan of doing it off of Stoneblade's website for a variety of reasons, but starter deck event shouldn't be a problem, and their software works really well. It's quite clear. It's really easy. You don't have to do anything other than share Steam codes in your chat here, and you're good to go. So I really enjoyed it. I just wanted to put that out there. This was a good event, and if they hold more, I highly recommend people sign up for it. They had room for 128 people, which of course would have extended it out several rounds more, but this was good. Like I said, just a little slow, so you got to make sure you account for time. But if they run more, they'll get better at them, and it'll become more familiar, and it should go a lot smoother. So that's all I really have to say about it. Great job by them, and yeah, hopefully they do some more events in the future. This was good. So highly encourage people to sign up in the future if OLAGG holds events. So we can look at the calendar. Let me pull up. So there's not a lot of events listed for the coming month yet. A lot of TOs seemingly will do it like the week of, or they do it the month of, at the beginning of the month. It's like their reminder that, oh, it's the next month, I need to put up my events. So I try to get ahead of that. I put all mine up today though, but I've been meaning to do it. I just hadn't had time. So now I took the time to make sure I get them up. So the Bronze Crucible is posted for the month of August. Saturday Sealed Showdown, you can see it's Saturday. That was today. And then we have the last Bronze Crucible for July. And then we have 4 in August. And they're not interrupted by anything that I can think of, so they should all be good. So calendar-wise, you can see over here we're on the 26th. Yeah, it's highlighted for you guys. So we're on the 26th. The next event is going to be Monday, the Bronze Crucible. That will be held. You have Wednesday on the 30th. The Upside Down is not taking place. That one is canceled. Brandon will be traveling to GenCon. Wednesday night, game night, will be canceled. Crimson will be at GenCon setting up for Stoneblade. Those two events are canceled. Unfortunately, the way this calendar works, we cannot cancel them on here per se. If there is, I haven't figured out how to do it without erasing everything. So I already did that once with Saturday Sealed Showdown. I had to rebuild it afterwards, but so those two are not happening. We have next Friday, Cards and Coffee. I assume it's going to happen, but I don't know for sure. But if you want to do some casual play, go ahead. That will be going on at the same time that we will be live streaming Worlds. Worlds is happening Friday at GenCon. We are planning to live stream the rounds, each of the Swiss rounds, and then the top cut, a match from each of those. So tune in to the Discord to watch that. I'll also have that on my Twitch account. We'll be streaming it as well. Next Saturday we will have a Saturday Sealed Showdown. That is happening. So people who are not at GenCon will have something still to do. Saturday at GenCon is the Storyline Event. That may be over by 4 p.m. If it's over by then and there's not a whole lot going on, I'll have my computer there. I might hop in and play. I won't be streaming, but I could maybe stream. I might be able to stream. Maybe I'll stream. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, how timing plays out, what people are up to as well. So that's happening then. And this is beginning of August. So we go down to August and we're back to our regular schedule of events. All the ones I talked about are happening, except for, I believe it's going to be the 30th. This is unofficial. Unofficially, this Saturday here on the August 30th is going to be the online storyline event held by Stoneblade. So mark your calendars tentatively. On the 30th of August is going to be the storyline event. So you'll want to participate in that. If you've never done one before, you've got to sign up. If you've only done physical, you should sign up and do the digital. I've done them both now, and they are a ton of fun. I'm really curious how they're going to do it in client. I assume they're going to have some code written for that to whatever special effect they're going to have take place. So really looking forward to it. But that was what was put out on Wednesday game night. Was the last weekend of the month was going to be the storyline. So, but nothing official has been put out. Just so you know, this is unofficial. But it's not going to be the 2nd. It's not going to be the 9th. And we think it's going to be the 30th. So just putting that out there. So, yeah, like I said, there's been so much happening in the game lately. A lot of events going on. A lot of opportunities for people to play. Not everything is all about being competitive. Sometimes you're just playing and people are testing decks. Sometimes people bring some good decks to these events. Don't get me wrong. There are definitely people who do that. I've done that when I'm trying to test a deck to see if I want to take it to the next level. So, you know, bring whatever is going to make you have fun. Just know that you might lose. I've lost with good decks that I'm like, this deck is better than this, and I've lost all 3 matches. So don't be hesitant to join. There are also plenty of rewards during a lot of these different events, whether it's deck codes, SFG, sometimes booster packs. A lot of opportunities to earn things to, you know, improve the size of your collection, and hopefully you pull something good. You know, and hopefully you win some of that stuff. So I just wanted to touch on how July looked, how August is shaping up. Looking forward to hopefully some more constant events going on at different times. I'm looking forward to SolForge Friday nights returning. It's Friday nights for us. It's Saturday morning for them. We will see when that's going to kick back off. I do not believe it'll be the 4th. Not the 4th. What month am I in here? The 1st. But it might be the 8th. So we'll see if that's going to kick back off for Season 3. Looking forward to that. That's what we have for you. That's what I wanted to cover. I wanted to touch on a few things. I wanted to talk about the OLAGG event. And I wanted to share the calendar so you guys can see what's coming up, what we have coming, and what we did this past month, which was a ton. I feel like there was tons of opportunities for people to play, which is great. Seeing a lot of new faces in events, which is awesome, and we look forward to seeing more people to keep joining these events and participating. So looking forward to it, and we will have my next video for Rallying the Forge will be GenCon focused. It won't be terribly long, but it's going to go through last minute things, and that's what we're going to have. We're going to have that Tuesday because I leave Wednesday. So that'll be the next video for that, and then when we get back from GenCon, we'll start back up with videos and series and whatnot. So appreciate you watching and supporting the channel. As always, thank you. Appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time, and I'll see you in and around the game. Take care.